Hello, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Arnie DeWitt, and today we are going to be talking about how to make jerky. Deer jerky. Now, in Iowa, we've got tons of deer, and we can make jerky out of them. Now, you might have a lot of moose where you live. Well, good thing is you can make jerky out of that too. You can make jerky about anything. Yeah, turkey jerky. Now, I just killed a deer a couple months ago. Bang! I've kind of learned a few recipes that are really good, and I'd like to share them with you. Now, I'm not a pro. I'm just telling you what I know. So let's go check it out. Okay, so basically what you need is some meat. And you need a cutting board. And you need a nice sharp knife. And basically what I'm going to do is take this meat, cut it into like little 1/4-inch strips, and you're going to have some really nice cuts of jerky. The great thing about making your own jerky is that you don't have to go to the store and it'll be all hard and incredibly chewy. With this jerky, it can be nice and soft and tender and deliciously scrumptious, and you can kind of make your own. So use your own imagination and you're gonna have fun. Alright. Jerky. Okay, so let's cut this up in a little bit. So I'll just take I've got just a fillet knife, and I'm just gonna cut this up into 1/4-inch size pieces. They're pretty thin, you know, just like the kind of pieces that you would want at you know, when you buy deer jerky. The best thing about doing your own is that you get to kind of do them how you want. But oh, look at that. Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. That's gonna be good. So you just continue kind of cutting it up like that, and then we're gonna season them. Alright, so you've got all your meat cut up, you've got your pan that you're going to put it on, and my brother-in-law gave me this for Christmas. It's a multi-pack of jerky seasoning that he bought at Shields. You can probably find this at any hunting goods or sporting stores, but they've got a variety: mesquite, original, Cajun. What we're going to be doing is cracked pepper and garlic, because I've already tried it and it's really good. So they've got a pre-mixing thing that I'm going to be mixing this with a pound. They've already got it all lined out for you, so all you have to do is follow the instructions. It's really simple. So now you got your meat, you got your pan. I'm just going to lay them out in strips like this. And I like to keep them a little bit closer together because I don't want the curing salt and the seasonings to get all over the pan. I want them to stay basically on the meat, because I ain't trying to cure the pan. The pan's already cured for high temperatures. So you've got your cure salt, is basically what it is, and your cracked pepper and garlic. Bam. And you know, I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I'm not a pro, I'm just telling you what I know. So that's what we're going to be doing. I've got instructions. I'm going to be doing a pound. And what this is it just kind of gives you add a teaspoon of that, add a teaspoon of this, depending upon how many pounds you're doing. So let's do it. Okay, this recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of cure. So we're just going to throw that in there. And 2.5 tablespoons of the cracked pepper and garlic mix. That looks like about half. Alright. Shake it up. And let's put it on. So when I'm putting it on, I just want to give it a nice coat. Make sure it all gets coated well. And this is the part where it's kind of nice that they're all together. And then I'm going to flip them all over. Once you got them flipped over, do the other side. Nice even coat. And then once I kind of got it all shaken out, then I just shake it out. The cool thing about doing your own jerky is that you can add whatever spices that you want. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of my own cracked pepper, but you could add like red pepper flakes to make it really spicy, or put some jalapenos in there. Do whatever you want. So let's make some, just a few more shakes of the cracked pepper on it, because I love my pepper. I like to stack them up like this, because when they're all stacked on each other, they kind of get salted from each other, and they all get a nice even coat of salt. So they get cured evenly. Got them all stacked up, put them in the sack, and you're ready to throw them in the fridge. So you take your jerky, stick it in the fridge, let it cure for 24 hours. That's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright lads, so you got your jerky? Huh? What you're going to do is you're going to set your oven to 200 degrees and you're going to cook your jerky for an hour. It's really simple. You don't need to get an expensive dehydrator or anything like that. What I want to do is I take out my rack, and what I'm going to do is just lay them across the grates on my rack. Check it out. So, you're going to take your jerky, you're going to line them up across the rack like that so they get cooked nice and evenly. In an hour you're going to be enjoying some great deer jerky. Now, it might take you a little longer to do that. I've just had a lot of practice lining up jerky on the rows of an oven grill. So, now another really key instrument that you're going to need is a big style Lego. Well, actually you don't really need this, but you do need something to prop open the oven with, because you need to let the moisture out so that you take all the moisture out of the deer jerky or moose jerky or jerk jerky. If one of your friends is a jerk and you want to make food out of him because you're a cannibal, I guess you could do this. Alright, let's just put it in here. Oh. Prop open this, and in an hour, get ready to live. Okay, so when you're cooking your jerky at 200, a half an hour into the process, I like to bump my oven down to like 170 or 180 to let it cook for the remainder of the time, so it cooks evenly all the way through. Sometimes it gets a little hard on the outside and then really chewy on the inside, which is cool, but basically you're in control of doing it, so you can cook it however you want. But check it, especially after a half an hour, check it to see how you kind of like it. Maybe you want it a little bit chewier, or you want it softer. The best thing about that is that you can have it really soft, and you can't get that in a supermarket or a convenience store, you know, where the jerky's like chewing on a rubber baseball glove. A rubber baseball glove? I don't even know if they make those. More like a leather baseball glove is more like it. So, but you can have control over the consistency of your jerky, and it can be really good. So let's eat some. All right. It doesn't get any better than that. Your own deer jerky, or whatever jerky that you made. Takes a little bit of time cutting it up, season it with that pre-packaged seasoning I got from Shields, and 24 hours to let it cure in the refrigerator, an hour and a little bit longer to bake it at 200 degrees. Don't forget your Lego. Put your Lego in there, or I use a cork or some rolled up paper towels or work, whatever. But I'm not a pro, I'm just telling you what I know. One thing I do know, that's some good jerky. Alright, see you on the next video. Bye.